Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my channel. And I just came out. I'm going to the pantry. It's a lovely day. It feels so nice out here. Oh my God, it's beautiful. As you can see, I don't see no clouds, so I guess maybe we're not gonna get no rain. I didn't see it in the forecast anyway, but yeah, story time. Um, I ran into this young lady yesterday. I forgot to mention it. Um, Her name is also Jennifer. She's Spanish. I met her, well, this was on my way home, close to home. I met her at the pantry, and at that time, Jennifer was homeless and she was on drugs. And beautiful young lady. She looks like she's in her 40s. I'm not sure. But, she used to come over to the pantry to get some food. Her mom lived right across the street from my building in the gated condominium community. Anyway, you know, her kids lived there. Her mom kept an eye out on them, but apparently she was put out. She couldn't live there because of her situation. But she used to go by, like a lot of parents or family members, when you have your daughter or your son or whoever that's involved with taking drugs and stuff like that, people are very skeptical of having them around because some of these people. Good morning.
Morning, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. Where are you coming from now?
I'm going to the pantry. I'm going to the pantry.
Where are you going to stay?
Yeah, you could come over there and get some food later,
Talking on
It's right here. It's not far. You go up the street, you make a right, and it's the building right over there by the
about
by
the church.
this the church. It's a
Yeah.
gray and burgundy building. It's right. You see the fire station.
And
Then
where
there's
is it?
a Mexican restaurant. Yeah, just come and get some food.
Okay.
Yeah, they give out a lot of food, fruits and everything. I'm always spreading the word.
So you're going now?
Yeah, because I volunteer.
Oh, okay.
The van comes like around 10:30, and we have to pack up the food in boxes for the customers. And then like the cars, they have a line for people that drive in cars, and then they have the ones that is on foot. So we serve the cars first, unless if it's raining. If it's raining, we serve the walkers first.
Okay.
But the cars, we start like around
Okay.
12.
Okay.
So make sure you come,
I will.
okay?
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, that's a gentleman. He lives in the other building by me. So he's getting into his car and he's like, where you going this early in the morning? So I was explaining, and I invited him to come to the pantry so he can get his food. So he's gonna come. Anyway, getting back to Jennifer's story, you know, um, Jennifer, I kept telling her, because she always talked to me, she always was telling me her story and stuff like that. So I used to talk to her, and I would tell her, Jen, try to go get into a program, you have kids, come on. So one day I ran into her, and she had looked really well. I said, I haven't seen you in a while. Where have you been? So she said she got into a program, and she just came out. It was a good while. Anyway, I ran into her yesterday by the gas station. I was coming home, and I saw her, and she looks really good. She looks really, really, really good. So, you know, she came over to me and she said, yes, excuse me. She said, we hugged, and then, you know, she said, I said, how are you? You know, I haven't seen you in a while. You look great, girl. You look great. So, you know, she always have this big smile, you know, no matter what her problem is, she always smile. You know what I'm saying? Always smile. But she's a person, if you mess with her, she would kick the hell out of your butt. But anyway, she came out and she told me her mom has cancer. And she said it the raw way. She said they cut her whole inside out. She showed me her whole tummy area. They took everything out. I said, oh my God, how bad is it? She said, stage 1. I said, oh, okay, they got it early. Let's keep her in prayers. So she said, yeah, but you know, the look on Jennifer's face and the look would have been on my face too, because if I was in a situation like that and my mom had kicked me out, not that you're happy that it happened, but you know, put it like this, karma. Karma, that's the look I saw on Jennifer's face with that smile when she was talking about it. Because usually things like that, people don't smile about. You know, they have this sad look. Here I was with the sad look on my face. Jennifer was like happy, like in heaven. And I don't think it's because she hates her mom, but you know, who wouldn't dislike someone doing that to you? You know what I'm saying? You have to be out in the street, sleeping out in the street or whatever. Yeah, I know a lot of you gonna say, well, her mom was right and all that kind of stuff. In a way, she probably was right, but I couldn't do that. I don't have a heart like that. I couldn't do that. I would try to get my child help or something. You know, that's what I would do. But everyone is different. Some people worry about their friends. They're embarrassed or whatever. Some people don't want to get involved or whatever. But anyway, you know, I asked her how bad was it. So she said, she came out and she told me stage 1. So stage 1 is the first stage. And then she said her boyfriend, he chopped all her hair off. So she was losing her hair, so they removed the hair from her head. And now she goes to the treatment place, you know, the cancer place. And guess what? Jen is right back at the home, taking care of her moms and her kids and all that, you know what I'm saying? So I was happy to hear that. Sad, but happy to hear that. Anyway, another story. I remember my friend, he was in the military with me in my first unit, Rob Palacio. Rob, if you're watching this, I hope you're okay. I'm doing okay. You know, I moved to Florida and you said you was gonna move down here, but I haven't heard from you in a long time, and I lost your number. And by the way, it so happened that I didn't see Rob in so many years. And guess what, people? Guess what? I happened to be by David one day, and I saw Rob. He came in, and I was like, I know you. And he looked at me and he smiled, and he said, I know you too. And I was like, Palacio? Because you know, in the military we go by last name. So he was like, I said, Specialist Palacio? And he came over and he gave me this big hug. And he said, oh my God, Sergeant Ware. And he picked me up off the ground and he was swinging me around. And he started telling David our story in the military and all that. And David was so shocked hearing that. He was like, wow. And then I was like, look how life is, you know. You be with people for some time and then everyone goes different directions, and then later in life you meet up again. And I was like, look at this. Oh my God, who would have known that we would have met up again after all these years? So Palacio, he did go to war. He was in Iraq, and you know, whatever happened over there, you know, it had messed his head up. So, you know, when Palacio came back, I think he did 2 tours. He came back and you know, he had a wife and his family, but you know, him and his wife, they not together anymore. So he was living with his mom and his dad close by where David lived. And you know, his parents are elderly, where his dad passed away back in, I think, 2017 or 2018. Because I went over to the wake. You know, I went to the wake to see him. And Palacio, he looks the same, just that he got a little older, still have that beautiful smile. He's Spanish, Puerto Rican, very respectable young man. Palacio got to be in his 50s now, but you know, like a lot of people that go to war and stuff like that, you know, with all the stuff that you have to deal with over there, seeing your partner get killed or whatever, you know, a lot of people tend to take stuff, you know, to try to ease the pain or whatever. But some of them, you know, they get hooked on it. Some don't. So, you know, a lot of them have to get treated by the VA and stuff like that. So, you know, Palacio was in that kind of situation. And, you know, he had gotten hurt and stuff like that. But he looks good, you know. He gets around, you know, he works and stuff like that sometimes. But, you know, there's a lot going on in the mind, you know, a lot goes on in the head, you know. He's a very quiet man, you know, he don't talk about a lot. If he don't know you, he wouldn't talk. And, you know, I just used to talk to him, you know, and try to encourage him, you know, to try to get off the stuff. He wasn't strung out like that, you know. He never used to borrow money or nothing like that. He used to have his own money. And, you know, he was always clean and stuff like that, you know. But, you know, I just used to talk to him and stuff. And, you know, one thing he was kind of concerned about, you know, I don't know if his mom passed away, but the apartment that they lived in, you know, his name wasn't on the lease. So if the mom passed away, he wouldn't have anywhere to go. So, you know, I used to try to encourage him to, you know, the money he gets from the VA, try to go and apply to get an apartment. You know, you have to get someplace to live, because God forbid something happened to your mom too. You got to be struggling and stuff. So, you know, he's a veteran. I don't know if he followed my advice, because I haven't seen him in many years. But you know, as I was thinking about making this video about Jen, you know, he came across my mind. Because when I came down here, you know, we were in contact. You know, he called me. He thought I was still in New York, but he had called, and he saw David, because he used to check David out too. But, you know, I don't know if he know that David isn't well, and nobody knows where David is at, because, you know, his family, apparently they have him in some nursing home. I don't know if he's even dead or alive, and they don't want no one to know where he's at. And the brother never called me back. So, you know, I just left that alone. You know, Guyanese people, they are like that. You know, they don't like too much people in their business and stuff like that. So, and they are people that tight knit. They stick together. You know what I'm saying? Family. They stick together. And you know, I don't know. I just left that alone. But Rob lives in the area, so he might have went over there and was told by David's girlfriend. I don't know. But anyway, I just pray that he's okay. And Rob, if you're watching my video, I'm still in Florida. This is Sergeant Ware, Jen. And you can give me a big shout out when you're ready, you know what I'm saying? So, people, I'm here now. I just got here to the pantry. I'm early because we are waiting for the van. The truck comes like around 10. Well, it's after 10, so it's probably on its way. But, you know, traffic was kind of heavy just now, but it looked like it cleared up because I thought maybe the other place was giving out food. Maybe, but the traffic just moved, so I don't know. But anyway, the truck should be on its way coming. So, let me get off this phone. And I just wanted to share that with you all. Have a beautiful day. And I will keep Jen in prayers, you know, for her mom. Either which way it goes, she's still in my prayers, you know. And to those of you that have family members that's strung out on drugs or whatever, you know, people get strung out on all sorts of different stuff, you know. They have the weed. People smoke weed. They get hooked on that too. They get hooked on crack, cocaine. They get hooked on all sorts. There's so many different drugs out there. And a lot of people, you know, it's the company that they'll be around. And a lot of them don't have a strong will or strong mind. And you could be just sitting or visiting someone, and then someone just, or the same person might pull the stuff out, and they'll be like, yo, man, like pushing it at you, telling you, yo, man, why don't you try this, you know, this stuff makes me feel good, you should try this. Some people, they have a weak mind, they're weak will, and they will actually take that stuff and actually try it, and then they will continue doing it. Eventually they get hooked. That's how people get hooked on this stuff. And then here go the havoc, you know. Then some lose their jobs, some don't have money, they start robbing and stealing, and you know, it's terrible. Then the family members don't want them in the house, they kick them out. You can't blame them, you know. But these people are not stupid people, you know. They are very smart. Just that they just got caught up with the wrong people. They got caught up in the wrong things, and it just brought their lives down, you know. Some people, they end up dead. Some people commit suicide. Some people kill some people. You know, it's a hard world. It's hard. It's terrible. It's sad. And if you know anyone out there that is in those kind of situations, you know, try to talk to them, you know, and don't like rush them and tell them, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that. You know, talk to them in a nice manner and stuff like that, and introduce them to going to some kind of rehab place or something, you know, to get help. They have a lot of those places all over the world, all over the country. And some places, you know, you have to go away for a while. Some places is not in your neighborhood. They take you far away, you know, because it's best to go far away, because what's the sense of going to some place that's in your neighborhood? You're going to be still around the same people that you was hanging out with, getting high, and you'll never change. It'll get worse, because you're going to keep going back to it. So they send people away, sometimes a year, sometimes longer than that, sometimes 6 months. But some people, they go in there, they get clean, and then they come right back out because, they live in the same area, and they go right back to the shit all over again, all over again. It's like a revolving door. Some people are strong, they stay away from it, and some are not. Like I said, they have a lot of people out there. Everybody is not made the same. Some of us are weaker than some of us are very strong. I even met strong people that got strung out on drugs. You know what I'm saying? Alcohol, all that kind of stuff. So, I don't know. I'm only one person. I can't help the entire world. If I could, I would. But my help is by, sharing the word through my YouTube channel, because a lot of people will watch and share, and hopefully it's not gonna end. Good morning. It's not gonna end, but at least some lives will be saved, hopefully, and they even have young kids that's strung out on drugs also, you know what I'm saying? And it's so sad. It's a lot of bad things that go on in a home, all this abuse and all of this, male and female, and those kind of things, they set you off, you don't want to be bothered, you hate yourself, all this different kind of stuff. So, what can I say? I'm just praying, sending out all the prayers to everyone out there. If you have a family member that's in that situation, it's holiday time. Don't turn your backs on them, give them a plate of food or something, and especially those that's out there in the cold. If they pass by and they ask you for something to drink, I'm not saying to go give them money now. If you want to, that's your business. But give them a bottle of water, give them a glass, give them something, don't just turn them away, because you don't know what that person's story is. You don't know what could happen to you tomorrow, or even today, or the next hour. So don't turn your nose up at anyone, Don't look down on people. Don't. It's a beautiful world, but it's a lot of cruel, hateful, ugly people in it. It's a shame, but what do you expect? When Christ, look what they did with Christ, Nobody believed him. They pinned him up on the wall, put thorns in his hand, not on the wall, on the cross, But look what happened, because they didn't believe who he was. Look what happened, So, anyway, the truck just came. We're going to go say our little prayer. We say a prayer every morning, every Wednesday morning, before we put the food out. So I'm going to head on over there now. So people, have a beautiful day. Stay warm, those that's in the cold. Eat something warm, drink something warm. Be good to everyone, You might meet a stranger on the street. You never know who that person is. It might be an angel. I'm serious. It looked like a person, but it might be an angel. So be good to people. Be good to whoever you meet on the street. You don't have to pull your heart out and give it to them, but it doesn't hurt to say good morning, hello, or smile. So, beautiful people, have a beautiful day. Peace out from JU-Ice.